The trouble with being a kid today is you grow up too quickly. There's just not enough time. Well, for some kids, that is.
Where are we this time?
Horrible histories.
Wow!
Horrible histories.
Who would do that?
A smart, hungry caveman. Good idea.
Have any of you seen a girl about so tall, big, cartoony eyes? Oh, you gotta go.
You gotta go. And where's Stitch? I can't find him anywhere. Wow! Socrates rocks.
Is that the Spanish Armada?
Horrible histories. Horrible histories. Horrible histories.
Well, Mo, what do you think about all this cool old stuff?
We're history.
Hey, check it out, folks. Sample donuts here. Sample donuts. Incredibly small, puny donut samples.
Well, 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 I see your mother is finally letting you dress yourself these days, Stitch.
Damn dog.
Oh, that's right, your daddy's the Donut King. Nice lineage.
At least our ancestors aren't cold-blooded reptiles, Dongle.
I'll have you know that I'm related to a gaggle of rich and famous people. I just finished my genealogy report for class.
Oh, man, I'm dead.
What do you have to complain about, Stitch? Except for maybe the hole in your stomach?
Oh, no, I totally forgot about my genealogy report. It's due tomorrow.
Didn't your dad say he had a box of old family stuff in his office?
Sweet chocolate glaze. It's my family tree. There's my dad and Augustus Jr. and Grandpa Augie. There's a piece missing, but look here. Louis, Peter, and John.
There's something familiar about those names.
Maybe like Louis of France and Peter the Great?
And wasn't Jahan a Shah?
They're all kings! That means I'm related to a bunch of kings. I could be the king of a donut kingdom and hand out super big donuts if I so ruled.
Slow down there, Your Majesty. There might be consequences for having such grand visions.
Grand? I haven't even got warmed up yet.
Right so, Mr. Majestic, let's drop in on your so-called relatives and see.
Boy, it's tight and stuffy in here.
Yeah, and you're not even wearing a corset. Where are we?
It's 1710, and you've landed at the Palace of Versailles, recently built by King Louis XIV.
I know about Versailles, an incredible palace worthy of my great-great-great-great-great... Thanks, great-grandpa Louis.
Hello?
Stitch, I heard a voice come out of your rear end.
The king's palace is tight for space, but... there is no need for us nobles to sit on top of one another.
Sorry, man. Mo, this view is killer.
No, please don't!
Room spinning.
We are beside the palace latrines.
King Louis intentionally put the outdoor toilet facilities near the rooms of his less favoured guests.
Some host.
King, you mean? And he can do anything he wants. Besides, you get used to the smell. It smells like... heritage.
Remind me never to attend one of your family reunions.
We must hurry! We must not keep this Sun King waiting!
How do I look, Mo? Okay to meet my royal ancestor?
Shh! This is His Majesty's boudoir. No. King Louis has a new rule about how to properly announce oneself. Do you wish to be punished?
Hey, go easy on her, okay? Unlike us, she doesn't have any royal blood in her.
We are commanded to scratch loudly at the door with the little finger of the left hand.
You're kidding.
Hey, Louis is a king. He can make any commands he wants. Ugh, have these socks ever been washed?
His Majesty's feet might be cold. Pass them along.
Oh, man. I'm gonna have sock stink on my hands for the rest of this trip.
Hurry! We must stay with the other nobles!
Mo, look at the size of those mirrors. For a little guy, Louis doesn't do anything small. Like my idea to give away full-size donuts.
But you know, you're going to get a lot more customers showing up.
You say it like it's a bad thing.
More customers mean more napkins, more seating space, more toilet facilities.
And they'll be the cleanest, most perfumed bathrooms ever built. Toilets my splendid King Louis would be proud to place his royal bottom upon.
Really? And how are you going to pay for all these big non-stinky bathrooms if your donuts are free, huh?
I'll cut my workers' salaries.
Won't they get upset?
A king doesn't worry about such things.
I hate to break it to you, Stitch, but there's absolutely no physical resemblance between you and King Louis.
What do you mean? Our ears both sort of stick out. Oh, yeah. Louis knows how to throw a party. Look at all these people.
He only wants us around to give him compliments, and so he can have someone to order around.
Why are they all bending over?
Maybe someone dropped some money. You! Look, Mo, he recognizes me!
Boy, did you misread that body language.
I can't believe he didn't recognize me. I wasn't done with that.
Beg your pardon?
You can't just come into our home and take our bathroom bucket without asking. Who do you think you are? Royalty or something? Actually, I'm doing a genealogy report, and I am royalty. Maybe they forgot to bow to the king's food or something. As if not bowing to food is a crime. But it is, like making a bad joke. Look at me, the great Lazur, sentenced to 10 years in prison for making a joke the king did not find funny. Want to hear it?
That does it, Stitch. The Sun King is a Royal Paine in the...
Okay, maybe Louis let power go to his head a little.
A little? Let me show you how things got out of control when he built Versailles. King Louis had 30,000 labourers and craftsmen slave away for over 30 years building this little hideaway. Louis wanted to build his dream palace, no matter what the expense. He had full-grown orange trees placed in every room, and that cost millions. It had 1,000 fountains supplied by 100 miles of pipe, with fountain guards who were commanded to whistle. When the king approached, so that the fountain would be fully turned on. And when France's absolute ruler ran out of money, he didn't pay his architects, he threw them all in prison. Yep, his country may have almost gone bankrupt, so his people lived in poverty, but King Louis ended up with a nifty place to hang his crown.
Honey, I'm home. Gee, guess he was kind of a heartless guy.
Speaking of heartless, let's cheer things up a little with a quick quiz. Long after King Louis was beheaded during the French Revolution, robbers broke into his tomb and stole his heart. It was eventually sold to a man who A, put it in a picture frame, B, played tennis with it, or C, ate it for supper.
Hey,
B!
Wrong. It was C. William Buckland, Dean of Westminster, munched on Louis's dried-out old heart to see what would happen. He got heartburn.
You gotta really be unpopular for someone to want to eat your heart. I can't be related to this guy.
Thank goodness. Does this mean you're dropping the royal blood routine?
Of course not. It only means I'm related to some other greater royal. Next up, Peter the Great.
Oh, so you think he was great, do you?
Powder me with sugar. Look at that view.
Yes, it's 1720 and you're in the new capital of Russia.
St. Petersburg, home of my dear relative, Peter the Great. I can't wait to meet him in person.
Woo! That was great! Let's do it again!
Pete sure built a beautiful modern capital for himself. That gives me another idea.
Just as long as it's not about donuts.
Modernized donut production. I'll build a towering palace dedicated to donuts and me, of course, the royal visionary. I'll call it Donutopia.
That costume of yours is squeezing all the blood out of your brain, isn't it, Stitch?
Careful, friend. You just had a brush with royalty.
Just humor him.
I'm Vladimir Velputinov, nobleman to Tsar Peter, in charge of church bell melting and peasant drafting.
Melting and drafting?
You two peasants are hereby drafted into the army for life.
Peasants? You must be mistaken, for I am royalty.
And don't bother trying to run. No one escapes from Velputinov.
Look out below!
Come on, let's get out of here.
Not before setting Valpoop-me-off straight. He thinks I'm a peasant.
But I insist, Your Majesty.
Little help here.
Church bells falling out of the sky? What kind of nutty is this?
Peter ordered all church bells melted down into cannonballs to use in his many wars. And he was ruthless about drafting peasants into his army by the thousands.
What is it with these kings and their stupid laws? Hey, what if I were to make a royal decree that everyone had to eat donuts?
Can't you see? You're acting just like Louis and now Peter.
I am not. Donuts are a major food group.
Pipe down, you jibber-jabbers! Everyone in Mother Russia, even the church, is subordinate to the throne. And that means you too, so stay off my bed.
Throne?
Yes, his throne. He's Peter the Great.
You can't be Peter the Great.
I am too Peter the Great.
Right. The Tsar of all Russia sleeps in a commoner's house.
Yeah, and wears crummy old raggedy clothes.
Yeah. Peter the pretty darn good, we'd believe. Maybe even Peter not so shabby, but not...
I, Peter, live and dress like a common person to better understand and lead my people.
Hey, you think if I dressed like a commoner and ate donuts like a commoner, it'd make me a better donut king?
You, a king? For your insolence, and for disturbing my sleep, you shall suffer a greater torture than any of the 100,000 people who suffered while building my St. Petersburg.
How about Stitch gives you some free donuts and we call it even?
And you shall join him.
Now might be a good time to spin us out of here.
All in good time. Now, here's a little something.
No, home. Send us home.
No, really, here's a little something about St. Petersburg. Stitch, if you want to be like Peter the Great, you too could transform a worthless old bog into a shining new capital city. With just a few tools and 100,000 of your closest comrades. On second thoughts, best not make them very close friends on account of the fact that they're all going to die. Start with a war-torn bit of a bog, frozen half the year and waterlogged the other half. Then enslave thousands of workers to transport millions of tons of earth to raise the soggy land above sea level. Then have those same poor workers sink thousands of wooden piles to support all the buildings. Then, after killing off over 100,000 workers, you've got yourself a lovely picture postcard city. A city built on bones.
Ugh. God. Oh, he sounds as creepy as King Louis.
Do you suppose I'm not related to this guy either? You know, no one in my family was over 6 feet tall, not even Grandma Stickbeam.
So why are we here?
Help me out here. What would be the best way to torture you two?
Go, Stitch, go! Oh.
Toss him out the window. Now, why didn't I think of that? But how shall I torture you?
Hang on, Stitch, I'm right behind you! Woo!
A bit repetitive, but it works.
This is it, Stitch. And even though it's pretty much all your fault that we're about to die, I'm glad we're friends. Hey, did you hear what I said?
Yeah, and there's no one else I'd rather share my donut reign with than you.
We're about to die and you're still thinking about donuts?
Huh? Die? Oh, poop. I can't die! I must fulfill my destiny as the rightful ruler of Donutsburg!
We're gonna be fish food because you're crazy. Vision, have you learned nothing?
Actually, yes. This donut costume changed my bum. Ha! Looks like my donut is good for something after all, eh, Mo? 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 Mo?
So, have you learned anything yet or not?
Yep. I can't have a donut city.
Thank goodness.
Not without a hot chocolate river to dip the donuts in. I know there are a lot of Peters and Louis out there, and I'm not necessarily related to all of them.
So, can we go home now?
Fair enough, I guess you've both been through enough.
But Jahan, now that's an unusual name.
Stitch, don't go there.
And he's the third name on my family tree. Jahan was royalty, right?
Yes, he was a Shah in Mughal India, and a Shah was just like a king.
Then I could still have royal blood after all.
Time out! I want out of this one. I've suffered enough.
But you two make such a good team. Welcome to Delhi, India. It's 1653, during the reign of the Mughal monarch Shah Jahan.
Wow! The Taj Mahal! It's even more beautiful than in the pictures I've seen.
Yeah, beautiful. A little help, please. Nice, very nice.
Ooh, fancy. Wow, it looks like they're just finishing up.
Personally, I would like my palace a little more understated, but I suppose to each their own.
I bet it took a lot of time and money to build this puppy.
No, it did. The Taj Mahal took 22,000 laborers 18 years to build. The workers decorated the building with hundreds of pounds of pearls and emeralds, thousands of gems from China, and countless uncut diamonds. Imagine, hundreds of millions of pounds for one building.
You really do nice work.
Hey, it's a living. Well, for a while at least. Yeah, it's nice and all, but what's the point?
Stitch, this is the Taj Mahal.
I know, but what is it? Oh, a reason. Yes, it is a tomb for the Shah's one true love, his dear departed wife.
Yes, most Shahs had harems with many women, but not Jahan. He loved only one.
Oh, how romantic.
A romantic and a builder with an eye for beauty and art. Sounds like a long-lost relative to me. Liz, the paint is not even dry yet.
Excuse me, we were talking to him.
I think they were giving him a coffee break.
Stitch, wake up and smell the sprinkles already. There's something going on here, and it's not just fishy, but poultry and beefy too. All the workers letters have disappeared.
I'm sure it's nothing. Nothing but trouble. Let's get out of here fast.
Say hi to Shah Jahan, you two.
Oh, hi. Bye.
As an admirer and distant relative, can I just shake your hand before we leave?
With pleasure.
See? A good guy.
And you can leave as soon as my gene cuts out your eyes and tongues. Your eyes, so that you may never gaze on anything more beautiful than my beloved's Taj Mahal. Your tongue, so that you may never describe it to anyone.
Could you do the eyes first? I'd hate to see you cut out my tongue. Joking. Little. Doesn't anyone have a sense of humor around here?
Look at these poor people.
It's terrible. All these starving people, while Jahan spends several fortunes to build a big fancy-pants tomb for his wife.
You've seen for yourself that Jahan's great vision drained the country's treasury of its money, leaving the very people who built it with nothing.
Including their eyes. Yuck.
Do you still think you might be related to royalty, Stitch?
No, and I'm glad I'm not. Guess I'll get an incomplete on my family tree report.
Stitch, did you see this photo on the bottom of the box? There's writing on it.
Augustus Jr. with his uncles, Louis, Peter, and Jahan.
They're your granduncles, and they helped your dad start his first donut shop.
Hey, my ancestors were great after all.
So you're gonna be okay handing out little donut samples?
Yep, no way I'm gonna let some silly grand vision get in the way of other people's comfort, safety, and happiness.
I'll drink to that. Hot chocolate